Good morning, students. Today we will see the next part from the lesson Animal Kingdom. Now, the next phylum is Platyhelminths. Commonly, these are called as flatworms. The name is given because the body of these animals is dorso-ventrally flattened. So, that is why the name is flatworms. These are endoparasites in human beings. You know about the tapeworm, which is present in the human intestine. Here you can see the picture. This is the tapeworm organism, which is endoparasite. Bilaterally symmetrical organisms. They are triploblastic, acoelomate, coelom absent, and they have organ level organization. Special cells, phlegm cells, help in osmoregulation and excretion. This is the diagram of the phlegm cells. These are the special cells called as phlegm cells. The name is given because of these cilia which are there. They form a flame-like structure, that is ciliary flame, and because of the flame-like appearance, the name is given as flame cells. So these are special cells and their function is osmoregulation, that is maintaining the level of water in the body, and excretion, giving out the waste. These organisms are bisexual or hermaphrodite. That means male and female gametes are produced by the same individual. Fertilization is internal and development is indirect. That is, it has many larval stages and then the adult organism is formed. These organisms, as they are endoparasites, they have hook and sucker like structures. These are the suckers, these round structures you see. These are the suckers. Through these suckers, these tapeworms, they suck the digested food from the intestine, and with the help of these hook like structures they remain attached to the wall of the intestine. The another organism, that is planaria. Now this you have learnt in 10th standard that it has got high regeneration capacity. That means if you break up the planaria into two or many pieces, each piece will give rise to a new organism. So that is called as regeneration capacity. And in this group, the organism planaria shows high regeneration capacity. So basically this platyhelminth group, you have to remember the words flatworms, flame cells, and high regeneration capacity in the planaria. The next phylum is Aschelminth. Commonly these are called as roundworms because if you take the cross section of these organisms, that appears circular and hence the name is given as roundworms. So the body is cylindrical, long, and if you take the cross section, it appears circular, hence the name roundworms, Aschelminth phylum. These organisms are free living, aquatic and terrestrial, or parasitic. Bilateral symmetry is observed in the body forms. These are triploblastic but pseudocoelomate organisms. The earlier group was acoelomate. This Aschelminth group pseudocoelomate. Earlier video we have seen that pseudocoelomate means the mesoderm is not well developed, but Mesoglea has pouches, and that is pseudocoelomate, and they have organ level body organization. Alimentary canal is complete. That means it has two openings, mouth and anus. And they also have muscular pharynx. Excretion is through excretory pore. Organisms are dioecious. That means male and female organisms are separate or distinct. Generally, females are longer than male. Fertilization is internal and development may be direct or indirect. The next phylum is Annelida. These organisms, they have the body which has segments, and each of the segment looks like a small ring. That is why the name given is Annelida, from the word annulus, which is meaning of which is small ring. The habitat is aquatic or terrestrial, free living organisms, sometimes parasitic. Bilaterally symmetrical body, triploblastic and coelomate organisms. Till now we have got the first phylum which is having the true body cavity or true coelom. So Annelida is the first group or phylum which has coelom, true coelom, and hence the organisms are coelomate. Organ system level of body organization is seen in this. The typical characteristic of Annelida is metameric segmentation. That means body surface is distinctly marked out into segments or metameres, and hence the name is Annelida. The meaning of the term annulus, small ring. Here you can see in this example nares, here each body segment looks like a small ring, and this is called as annulus, and the organism belong to the phylum Annelida. This is the organism nares. In this phylum Annelida, locomotion occurs through the longitudinal and circular muscles. For example, in earthworm, when it moves on the surface, it makes use of this longitudinal and circular muscles. While in case of Nares, which is aquatic in habitat, this organism Nares, it is aquatic in habitat and it has to swim, and for that these lateral appendages are there. They are called as parapodia. So with the help of these parapodia, it swims. This Annelida group shows closed circulatory system. Earlier we have seen two types. Out of that, this is closed circulatory system. That means the blood flows through the closed tubes like veins, arteries, etc. Nephridia. These are the special structures which help in osmoregulation and excretion. So, again, maintaining the water balance in the body and giving out the waste material is the function of nephridia. And this is the structure of a nephridia. It has a nephridiostome. It has a nephrostome from where the substance or the is taken inside and it passes through, and it is the excretory substance is given out through this pore, excretory pore, to the outside. So this is the overall structure of a nephridium. Neural system, it is made up of paired ganglia. Ganglia is the mass of nerve cells and they are present in a pair. So that is what is paired ganglia, and double ventral nerve cord is present. Nerve cord is present on the ventral side of the body and this is double nerve cord. So this is about phylum Annelida, which has metameric segmentation and hence the name is given as Annelida. The next phylum is Arthropoda. Here the meaning of two words, arthros means joints and poda means appendages. As the organisms in this group have jointed appendages, so that is why the name is given. This is the largest phylum of Animalia kingdom and it includes insects. Organisms are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomate and segmented body. Organ system level of organization is seen. Chitinous exoskeleton is present. That means outside the body covering is there which is made up of chitin. Body consists of head, thorax and abdomen. Let us see in the diagram. This is the head part. Then the small this after the head, this part is thorax and then the next part is abdomen. So the segmented body which has three main segments, head, thorax and abdomen. The jointed legs, appendages, here in the cockroach you can see the leg has joints, coxa, trochanter is the other part which is joined with femur. Femur is joined with the tibia, then tarsus and all these are the parts where here you can see the joints and that is why the jointed appendages are there, hence the name is Arthropoda. Respiratory organs are of different types. These organisms, some of them are present in the aquatic habitat also and some are terrestrial. In aquatic habitat, the organisms have gills. You know the fish has gills. Then book gills and book lungs or tracheal system. Tracheal system is seen in cockroach like terrestrial organisms. Here you can see the diagram of book lung, cross section of the book lung and the blood flows through these lamellae and air flowing through these spiracle openings. Then the exchange of gases occurs in this. So this way the arrangement is there of the spiracle and these lamellae. That is why the name is book lungs. This is also present in some of the organisms. This phylum Arthropoda organisms, they have open type of circulatory system. That means blood flows through the body cavity, not through the tubes. It flows into the open body cavity and that is why it is open type of circulatory system. Sensory organs are antennae, simple and compound eyes. Simple eye has only one lens, whereas the compound eyes, it has more than one, maybe some 200, 300 or more such lenses, and that is why it is called as compound eye. Statocysts are for balance or balancing organs are present in aquatic individuals. Malpighian tubules are for excretion. Organisms are dioecious. That means separate sexes are there. Fertilization internal. Development may be direct or indirect. This group, the typical organism which is called as limulus, it is also called as living fossil. Another common insects like locust, butterfly, honeybee, you all have seen that. So this is the different one, that is limulus, which is also called as living fossil. So this is the largest phylum in the kingdom Animalia. Next time we will see the next phylum. Thank you.